Good morning and a very warm welcome. This is to What Have I Just Read with Alison, Malcolm and with Nadia and the jingle. And look at that colour coordination
it's
today.
Great, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is
Really
the thorn between, no, the rose between two thorns.
Right, okay, come on Nadia, let's just do this without him.
So, yes. Morning. You said it's Ethelreda, Abbess of Ely. We used to live very close to Ely.
It's a beautiful place, Ely, on a river. It's an island, the Isle of Ely. And is it because of the eels? There's something about Ely, I think.
No, Ely is Isle.
Ely is Isle.
Ely is Isle.
Was it a place where they caught eels?
I don't know.
Okay. I want it to be.
And that's the river where salt water and fresh water is mixed. Is it what you said about? Or oysters live?
I don't know. I don't know.
Something.
Anyway, Ezra 5. Yes, as Ksenia said in a little note somewhere, she said, Ezra is a very precise chronicler.
Yes.
He likes to make sure his sources are right and he gets all the details there.
It really made me think as I read it that yes, this is a real sort of like a piece of history.
Yep.
Bringing up old decisions.
Yes. Looking back into the archives, checking that he did actually write this decree to say yes, rebuild it or don't rebuild it, and
So
very
what
good.
seems to have happened is that Cyrus has given the decree to rebuild the temple. Actually, it's a temple, it's not the city. I said yesterday it was the city. It was a mistake, it was the temple. They were building the temple. The local people said, what are you doing? You shouldn't be doing this. And they wrote to Artaxerxes and said, this is a dangerous move. These people are building the temple, they're building walls, they're resurrecting Jerusalem, and it will become a rebellious city again. Artaxerxes orders the work to stop. Now it seems Artaxerxes has died. Darius has come to the throne, and the people, prompted by the prophet Haggai, prompted by Zerubbabel, I love that name, Zerubbabel, decide to get on and rebuild the building. And this time then the governor comes and searches, and the governor says, what are you doing? And they ask the king to check in the archives. That's it, really.
Mm.
But isn't it interesting how God just works through
Yes.
archivists?
And this new king is more benign.
So the moral from this story is archives matter.
Archives matter and making notes and
Which for somebody like me is
keeping a good record.
really difficult.
Yeah.
And then we have our reading from Romans 11.
I was very confused by this. It's just Paul's.
Again, it's this Paul wrestling with this idea of, if the gospel is now being including Gentiles, has God given up on the Jews? And he says no, God hasn't given up on the Jewish people. This is this whole thing that because of their disbelief, the gospel has gone to the Gentiles.
Yeah. Right.
But as the Gentiles come in and start to put their trust in God, so it will in time bring the Jews back in as well.
Okay. And he does talk about this. He says if it's by grace, no longer on the otherwise grace would no longer be grace. If this funny thing about grace, if it is by grace, it is no longer on the basis of works. Otherwise, grace would no longer be grace. I like that.
Yeah, I remember the same idea. I think it was Sharon who suggested this quote, just the same, but said in probably simpler terms, that grace is God giving you what you don't deserve, and mercy is God not giving you what you deserve.
What you do deserve. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So, and again, the great promise of when all Jews and Gentiles together, and when we're together, what a blessing that will be. Lovely, thank you very much, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.